What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through the schedule really quick, and then we'll check on all the chats. So let me know how you guys are doing. Then, of course, we'll get things started. Let me see here. Reading and clicking on things while I'm talking. I'm trying to find my way here. All right. So before we get any further, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to join the website, right now is the time to do it. Go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can watch the live, you can post in Hooligans Alley, plus you can hang out with all the hooligans in the group chats, and you'll be able to join us on Fridays. Is today Friday, or what's the day of today? No, it's Thursday today. So you'll be able to join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, in our voice chat. Have a lot of fun, laugh, research things, be hooligans. It's a good time, so definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to be starting off with a video titled Oklahoma Teachers Rush to Integrate Bible Instruction Rules Before School Starts. This is a follow-up video. It's like the third or fourth follow-up video for Oklahoma mandating Bibles being in their schools, not for religious reasons, but because they're saying that the Bible was a big part of how our country was formed. So in order to understand history, you have to understand the Bible. Now, of course, everybody's all pissed off about this and whatever, but this is our follow-up video. Then we got a video titled Protestors Vandalize Statues, Fountain, Statues, Fountain outside DC's Union Station. They were out there acting like little bastards, as they do. Then we got a video titled GOP Lawmaker Replaces U.S. Flag at DC's Union Station Destroyed by Anti-Israel Demonstrators. They mean pro-Hamas demonstrators. The people who write this are soft and stupid, but that's okay. So yesterday I did see a clip, and I had mentioned it. It was either for the old man Walters addressing the nation bullshit that was nothing, or it was during the Trump rally. I can't remember because we were live all day yesterday. But at some point, I had seen for the first time with my little beady eyes the police actually fucking do something during these protest get-together, these gatherings and whatnot. So they were trying to destroy an American flag. They were successful in a couple different ways, I guess. But at one point, they were coming after a flag, and the police actually went over there and took the flag away from them before they were able to destroy it, and they went and put it somewhere safe. Now, while that was happening, these assholes went and stuck Palestine flags up on these poles. They were also waving ISIS flags as well as Hamas flags, but for some reason these assholes aren't arrested as terrorist sympathizers. I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but the police actually tried to do something, and after it was all over, they went and stuck American flags up on the poles and pulled down, fuck those other countries' flags. So anyways, they tried to do something they tried to make it all better. They actually tried. The police tried for the first time in 4 years. So that was something. Then we have a video titled Caroline Levitt. I don't know how to say her name. I'm bad with names. If you ain't figured that out by now, you ain't been watching. Anyways, Caroline talking about how Kamala Harris is dangerously liberal, a radical leftist. It's an interview. I'm trying to think who it's with. It might be Jesse Waters. I can't remember. I normally write notes, but I was falling behind today, and I was helping out 2 or 3 different hooligans that had problems, and so I'm a little scatterbrained. But either way, we'll be hearing from Trump team. That's what it is. Then we have a video titled Lying Fake News on Camilla Border Czar. So they talk about how in that last video, they mentioned something that's going on that I actually saw first. I saw this happening, but I wasn't really sure about it, and then they kind of outlined it in this video. So I put it on the schedule the other way around. They mentioned that the fake news is covering up that Kamala Harris was the border czar. They're saying that's not true. She was never the border czar. That's a lie by Republicans. That's the name of the game right now. And so we have a video showing before and after, showing CNN calling her the border czar, and then turn around and saying Republicans lie about her, saying she's the border czar. So we have that. We got receipts. Then we got a video titled Elon Musk denies report that he would be donating $45 million a month to the Trump campaign And I think that's really interesting because not only was the whole world saying that Elon was going to be donating large lump sums to President Trump right after he was shot, Elon had come out. He said that he was now backing Trump and all of that stuff. And there was information saying he was going to be donating millions of dollars every month to the Trump campaign. Well, now we have a video of him being asked that question, and he said it's fake. It's Wall Street Journal or something lied. It's not true. He's not donating money, or at least not that money, to the Trump campaign. More lies. The news is about uncovering lies. That's what the news is, I guess. Then we have an interesting video. It's very short, and I can't wait to find more details on it. I assume tomorrow we'll have some details. Tomorrow, the next day. But this is titled Newsom Issues Executive Order to Remove Homeless Encampments in California. Now, I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. Like, why now? Why now write the EO to remove homeless encampments? Like, what happened? What changed that now that needs to happen? Is someone coming to town? Is Z coming back to town? Like, what is going on? Then we have our feel-good video of the day. It's titled Learn to Love. And then we have our funny video of the day that's titled Better Keep Those Treats in Supply or Else. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. And it's Thursday. Got to remember, it's Thursday. It's weird. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Thursday to me, but that's okay. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Alistair? What's up, Moose Girl? What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? What's up, Calax? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Annette? What's up, Get Some J? What's up, Breeze By You? What's up, Russell? What's up, J Spray? What's up, Joshua? What's up, Sam? What's up, Cassandra? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. Get some Kamala. Yeah, and they were saying that if you don't say her name right, then you're racist. I don't know. They prefer Hyena Harris, I think, but anyways. What is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Snooks, I want to say you're first today because you're the top of the list, but you're responding to someone. So I don't know who is the top of the list today. Well, either way, I appreciate all of you guys being on Rumble. What's up, Snooks? What's up, DCat? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, MU? Happy freedom. What's up, Kevin? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Amarain? Let me see here. What's up, DCat? What's up, Black White Bull? Happy freedom. Make sure I get everybody. I know you guys were waiting on me. What's up, Mad Marv? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Cody? Cody, you changed your name. It's hard to spot you now. You had the pink name for so long. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sawdog? What's up, Black White Bull? What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom. What's up, JT3? Appreciate you being here. JT3, join Discord or Telegram so you can get your notifications on time, because Rumble sends them out 2 hours after we've started the live. And the other platforms, you never know. You never know. I've heard good things about Kick. I've heard that Kick's notification system is really good, but I'm not on the receiving end, so I never know. I never know. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom. What's up, Zupia? Make sure I got everybody. What's up, Cricket Kiss? What's up, Addie Walker? Appreciate you hooligans being here. What's up, Puffin Stuff? What's your name? What's up, AK3? Happy freedom to you. Think we got everybody. What's up, Dutton? Appreciate you being here. Hit that like button over on Rumble, you hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Zeus Boot? Appreciate you being here with us. And what's up, everyone over on Twitch? Breeze By You, you're omnipresent. You're awesome. Mr. Beansy Beans, happy freedom to you. Tony Rich, you're omnipresent as well. You too, Zeus Boot. You guys are across all platforms. You guys are so awesome. What is your name? What's up, Kiff? Happy freedom to you. And what's up, everyone over on the communism platform? Toy Mafia, you were first over here. Salty Ragu, you're omnipresent. You're awesome. Sawdog, you as well. What's up, No Mandates? Happy freedom. What's up, Jason? Salty Ragu, you're everywhere and you're awesome for it. What's up, Rose? What's up, Status Quo? Happy freedom. Snooks to Salty Ragu. Okay, I'll marry you. Laugh out loud. Do I put the knot on there? Holy shit, who is that ringing my buzzer? Ah, why right now? Okay, let me think. What can I even do about this? These bastards ringing my buzzer. I don't even know who this is. Anyways, let's get this first video started. This first one's titled, Oklahoma Teachers Rush to Integrate Bible Instruction Rules Before School Starts. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys, hopefully they don't ring my buzzer again. We have these Neon Screaming Goat t-shirts. Comes in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, coffee mugs, stickers, and dog tags. We will have new merch coming out tomorrow. I was going to try and do it today, but I ran out of time. But either way, I will drop the link in the chat while we're watching this first video.
Teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom, and we'll be teaching from the Bible.
That was Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walters outlining new rules requiring all public schools to teach from the Bible. Officials are scrambling to implement the directive ahead of the new term, which starts next month. Stephanie Haynes joining us live. Good morning, Stephanie. So what guidelines are being put in place here?
Yeah, Hannah, good morning. There are about 5 pages of these guidelines that just came out, and in them it explicitly says a physical copy of the Bible, the 10 Commandments, the Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution must be available in all classrooms as resources. And then the guidelines really lay out how to teach this, how to incorporate it into instruction from grades 5 through 12. And it really, the focus is specifically on the impact on how the Bible shaped Western civilization and American history. They want students to study the literary techniques used in the Bible and compare it with other literature or works of art. And then there's this whole section, Henna, of legal considerations for teachers, which says they cannot promote or favor any religious beliefs. They have to respect the diversity of other faiths, communicate with parents, and it reiterates that the Bible is used for, quote, its historical, literary, and secular value and is not to be used for religious purposes such as preaching, proselytizing, or indoctrination. And so that Oklahoma State Superintendent, who you just saw there, Hannah, recently told our News Nation station, quote, Oklahoma students will be taught history, and that includes the influence of the Bible as a founding document. Hannah.
Stephanie, this seems to be a very thin line. How are parents and teachers reacting?
Well, Hannah, there are some people who have expressed support for this, but of course there are some critics. Take a listen.
This is complex stuff, and our teachers don't have time to delve into a topic they have not spent years studying.
And so some school districts, Hannah, have already come out and said they are not going to follow these guidelines, essentially defying the state on this. But plenty of other of them, Hannah, are really just trying to figure out how they can follow this so that they are in compliance with both the state and the constitutional freedoms of students and their parents. So, you know, organizations, national organizations have come out and tried to file some legal lawsuits and to try to stop this. So there are some legal efforts in the works. And then the organization Americans United for Separation of Church and State points out that it is okay to teach about religion, but not promote religion. They issued a statement that says public schools are not Sunday schools.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to.
Well, this is interesting. I assume this is going to get thrown out. They're not going to let this fly. They're not. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know how we're going to have Bibles and teachers who are making kids pledge allegiance to rainbow flags in the same school. I don't know how that's going to work. You know how woke stuff is, at least at this time, people prefer it when it comes to businesses and any kind of establishment, really, that has a large group of people. They seem to be more woke than anything else. So I assume this will get shot down, but it's really interesting because, I mean, it does make sense that you would put the Bible in school because that's how our country was formed and whatnot, and it would give you some perspective on why our forefathers made the decisions they made. But like I said before, this opens a doorway for people to bring in dildos and be like, yeah, don't stick them inside yourself. We're just going to look at them so we know what they are. Like, it's kind of the same thing. And I know that makes people mad. Everyone's like, no, how can you compare the Bible to a dildo? It's symbolic. That's the deal. Is you got something here that you're going to use for one reason, but not its ultimate purpose, right? So like having a gun, right? You're going to bring a gun into schools so we can teach kids about guns. And we should have police officers come do this from time to time, considering it's our right. But It's like having a gun on the teacher's desk and being like, well, we're just going to look at it. We're not going to use it. Well, there's always that worry that someone's going to use it. You know, that's what it's for. And the Bible's the same way. It's used for promoting religion and learning about Christianity and Jesus and stuff like that. You know, the Old Testament and the New Testament. And you can use it like a research device, but ultimately there's going to be that worry that someone is going to be pushing religion in the classroom, which is wrong. It's unconstitutional. We all have the right to believe in whatever we want. And just like being in school, having somebody try and push a religion on you, if you're Christian, then you probably think, oh, well, that's fine. Teach them the Bible. You know, that's the thing to know. But if you were Jewish or if you were Buddhist or whatever, you'd be pissed. You'd be pissed if the teacher was teaching that shit to your kids. You know, you'd be like, I don't want my kids learning Buddhism. We're Christians or whatever. You know what I mean? Labels. And so that's what makes it a slippery slope, is to have something in the classroom that has a purpose, and you're going to repurpose it. You're going to put a label on it and say, no, we're not going to do it like this. We're going to do it like that. Well, I think it's going to end up getting thrown out. Now, I can see the benefit of it and all of that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Bible or, you know, it being in school, but I'm just saying you got to step back and look at the situation. It's not about what's happening. It's about the potential of what the repercussions are going to be. What is going to happen in response to this? Kids learning the Bible is a good thing. Kids learning about God is a good thing. Kids learning why our forefathers loved God and made the decisions they made is a good thing. But then what's the next step? Someone's going to misuse this and teach religion in class. That's going to start lawsuits. That's going to cause more hate to the right. Then somebody will introduce something new, something else that people don't like. Like I said, they're going to bring in sex toys, right? And they're going to be like, well, this is only for sex education. This isn't to molest children. You know what I mean? But then you'll have to worry about that shit. And they'll say, hey, remember when you guys brought the Bibles in here? This is just like that. And you got to let us do it because it's for educational purposes. That's what makes this a slippery slope. And so, I don't know. I don't think they should be teaching religion in school, just like most of the other shit they're teaching in school. I don't know how they can, you know, teach you how to be gay and stuff like that, but they don't teach you how to do your taxes or how to be self-employed. Like, that doesn't make any kind of sense. So, I don't know. I assume this will get thrown out, but we'll see. We'll see. Next up, we have protesters vandalize statues. I hate when they write titles like this. They do it because of the 100-character restriction, but protesters vandalize statues, fountain outside DC's Union Station. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about Oklahoma schools mandating Bibles in the classroom. Let me see. Russell, we should all be educated on those damn dildos. I know. You get smacked in the face with one, you're like, I don't even know what I was assaulted with. I've never seen one of those before. Yeah. Joshua, first it's the Bible, then it's the Catholic priest. Yeah, we can't have mixtures like this. The schools suck. The schools suck. I don't even want them teaching shit out of the Bible. They're gonna mess that all up. They mess everything up at school. Like, I am lucky to be able to read and write and do math. Like, lucky. Because teachers, a lot of them are not worth a whole lot. A lot of, like, the training you need to be a teacher in, like, elementary school is nothing. Nothing. My degree I can teach college level music theory. I went to school for 4 years, and that's it. Now I can influence the youth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You got to go to school longer to be an attorney than a teacher, and I don't think it should be that way. And then we could pay them more because they'd be worth more. But got to fix the federal government first, because it's the federal government that goes and taints everything. They go stick their 2 cents in it. Snooks. I keep ringing the buzzer. Open the dang door. No, it was the mailman. It was the mail guy. He said that there was somebody else opening the door for him, which is why I haven't had my buzzer ring in a little while. And they said they weren't home. They're like, we knocked on the window, but the person was letting us in They're not home right now. I was like, okay. They were like, so we rang your buzzers. Okay. I'm glad I'm plan B at this point. Like, stupid. I think I just got the notification I went live. That's good. I almost missed it. Breeze by you, slippery slope with this stuff. Yeah. I think it's funny that nobody talked about that image that I put on the screen. I mean, I guess I haven't got that far, but Mr. Beansy Beans put this together. Very nice. Very nice. Mm-hmm. Yes. Old man Walter talking about catching a fish or something. I'm not sure what that was. Not sure what that was. Russell Jeff's got a quickie with the mail lady. It's a male dude. I haven't seen mail ladies in a long time. I only see them sitting around clucking like hens at the post office. I don't see them walking and wandering, and it would do them some good. There's nothing like a big burly bitch coming to tell me how much of a piece of shit I am because I want stamps. I'm just saying that because I got to go there today and get some stamps, and I hate doing it. Hate dealing with those people. Those miserable bitches over there. I just feel like if you hate your life, quit your job. Don't take it out on me. I'm not a nice guy to fight with. Joshua, they messed up school lunches. That's when I realized that people teaching weren't that smart. Yeah, Joshua. Watching them fight with each other and talk shit about each other while they don't think you can hear them is what told me that they ain't anything special. They're nothing special. Catching them smoking cigarettes and talking shit, I was like, am I at school or at the bar? Where am I at? By the time I was in 9th grade, I was like throwing desks and shit at the teachers. I didn't respect them at all. I was a terrible kid. I was a terrible kid. I'm glad I grew out of it. Jay Spray, this is another way to create division. Yep, you're right. There's one more thing to bitch about in schools. It's true. Normal Times, today's Thirsty Thursday. Well, cheers to you, Normal Times. Kevin, Pogie stamps? I don't know what that is. I gotta be able to mail checks to the... I gotta mail my rent out. I need stamps for that. Ghostly separation of church and state. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I think it's gonna get thrown out. Alistair, well, he didn't, well, see, you're gonna get me in trouble. There's certain things I'm not allowed to speak like on there. It wasn't, I don't know how to reply. I can't say the damn words I want to say. Nope, it wasn't that excited. There was no climax during that visit. Shinobi Doo, show me where in the Constitution it says you can't teach Bible in public schools, the separation of church and state. That's why. It's discriminating against other kids. Like, everyone has the right to believe in what they want to believe in. And if they teach the Bible in school, then they have to teach all religion in school. Otherwise, the school's being biased. And then you can start lawsuits and shit like that because it's a public school, not a private school or a Catholic school or a Christian school or Bible club. So it'll start lawsuits and stuff like that. And because there's a separation, that's what makes it unconstitutional. You are forcing your religion onto other Americans, which is wrong. And it's not just one, you know, like, our rights stand against the government. So the government, the school, can't tell you what God to believe in. They're the school. They belong to the state. The state belongs to the government. So hopefully I clear that up. What's up, Rolf? Am I saying your name right? I saw you type it in the chat, but I still didn't understand. Is it Rolif or is it Rolf? Or am I just completely wrong? Russell, I was a perfect angel. Well, that's nice. I was such a little turd basket when I was in high school. Hold on, let me see, because I went through some pictures yesterday. I was going down memory lane. It wasn't intentional. I was looking for something, but I came across some funny photos, and I think I got the one from high school, maybe. Oh, I can't find it now. Anyways, I did a lot of sleeping on the floor in high school. Because teachers let me do whatever I want because I was a little violent piece of shit. Anyways, I don't have it. I'll look again in a second when we get to the next video. I have an afro, and I got like a bandana on, and I got a jersey, and I'm sleeping on the floor like a dead body in the class, in the back of the classroom. 20 years ago. I'll find it. What's up, Red Bear? Happy freedom. Thank you, Shauna Vision. I appreciate you. Grey Wolf, I was getting suspended in school. Yeah. Yeah. One time I was suspended for 7 weeks because they didn't want to expel me because they wanted me to be there for count day. They had aimed my suspensions around count day so I could be there on count day so they would get their budget money. That's why I tell you guys, you got a problem with the schools and stuff, you want to hurt them, find out when count day is. They know as soon as school starts, they know when count day is. And you ask them what day that is and then don't send your kid that day. It fucks them because that's the day they do their budgeting. So if you tell all your friends, hey, don't send your kid to school on this day, it'll hurt their budget. And it fucks them for the whole next year. And enough people do that, well, they'll have to get back to listening to the parents instead of the woke-ass government. What's up, Carolyn? Happy freedom. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? Salty Regu, I did nothing wrong at school. I totally believe you, Salty Regu. What's up, Mr. Coffee? Happy freedom. What's up, Alan J. Mackey? Alan J. Mackey, I'm okay with the Bible being used in reference of history, but also include all others like the Quran, Buddha, as it's also a part of history. It's not a part of our history, and that was their argument, is they're trying to teach American history, and those other religions are not a part of our history. Mitchell, the Bible is good, but it could get out of control. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to display, is that there's obviously benefits to having the Bible in school, but it's everything in reaction to it that is the slippery slope. And is it worth it? If you're not teaching people about God, is it worth opening that door? You know, and I just don't think so. But anyways, Mr. Beans. Oh yeah, I got pictures with an afro. Hold on, let me find something since I got you guys' hopes all up. Let me see. I got pictures where I got my little afro, but I was trying to find the one where I was sleeping on the floor. And I don't know why I can't find it. I found it yesterday. Let me grab this image with my little afro though. Well, I got a little bit of a pink fro going here. A little bit. I was trying to dye the blue out of my hair. It wasn't working though. It wasn't working. It was getting pink on top. Yep. Back when I had hair. I remember those days. That's why I don't care about being like losing my hair on top of I don't care. I've had dreads and cornrows and my hair has been every color. I've had designs shaved in my head. I've done it all. Let me get this little. You ain't never seen this. Let me see here. How do I grab this picture? Yeah, see? I used to have hair and stuff. You know? I'll have to find that picture from high school. I'll find it at some point, but we're going to move forward here. One last one. See, I've done things. I've had all the hairdos. All of them. I've had all the hairdos. So anyways. That's why I always think it's fun when people are like, oh, you're bald. Your hairline's looking terrible. So what? So fucking what? I hope it ruins your day. It doesn't matter to me. Shit. Make fun of my skin color too, because I can't do anything about that either. Anyways, next up we have protesters vandalize statues, fountain outside of DC's Union Station. Now, we were live while all this stuff was going on. I think we were covering President Trump while this was happening, which is why we didn't cover this live. But either way, let's go ahead and get into this. Once again, this is protesters vandalize statues, fountains, fountain outside of DC's Union Station.
Well, chaos in the nation's capital once again. Large protests yesterday against the Israeli prime minister turned violent with clashes, pepper spray, vandalism, and arrests.
Fox 5's Stephanie Ramirez is live this morning at Union Station with the latest. Stephanie.
Good morning, guys. And police are preparing for more protests and possible clashes today when the Israeli Prime Minister goes to visit the White House. But here at Union Station, you can probably hear through the microphone, the power washers are on. The Park Service now cleaning the graffiti, the vandalism and damage to the statues and area here at Union Station. Now, we have to be careful with what we show you on TV because of the profanity, but you'll see graffiti like this all over the area, Free Gaza. And I can show you over at the Columbus fountain there. It is being cleaned off, but it did say at one point, Hamas is coming. Protesters, they started to gather early yesterday in what was expected to be one of the largest pro-Palestinian demonstrations seen yet. But by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, things started to turn turbulent. Police say they began responding to acts of violence within the crowd, deploying pepper spray over by First and Constitution. Capitol Police arrested 6 people for disrupting the Israeli Prime Minister's address inside the Capitol building. Clashes also broke out here at Columbus Circle, where protesters burned an American flag. A Palestinian flag was seen raised. And just before 3:40 here, U.S. Park Police revoked the protest permit and started ordering people to leave. At least 8 people were arrested in this, and then another 9 people arrested later. Now, we're working to confirm the total number of arrests here, but right now it looks like around 23 people taken into custody in the 3 incidents we just talked about. Police are also looking into an incident at the Watergate Hotel, where a spokesperson told me authorities have started an investigation on something that happened Tuesday. Video circulating online claimed protesters released maggots and crickets into the hotel. Netanyahu is staying there. That is the Israeli Prime Minister. And I'm told the Watergate Hotel had to sanitize their property. Both sides here very heated.
The reason that we're here is because we're hosting Netanyahu, who is orchestrating this genocide.
And the fact that we invited the person who is responsible for this over, the fact that we continue to abet this through our own military spending is, I believe, unconscionable, and we should say something about it.
Well, I have a message for these protesters. When the tyrants of Tehran, who hang gays from cranes and murder women for not covering their hair, are praising, promoting, and funding you, you have officially become Iran's useful idiots.
The Biden administration is still trying to push forward with ceasefire talks today. The former President Donald Trump also announced he's going to meet with Benjamin Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago. But guys, I can tell you right now, those leaving Union Station tell me they are horrified by what they're seeing. We'll have those interviews coming up in the next hour. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Stephanie, we'll check back in.
Yes. So you can see the protesters are over there crying really hard and whatnot. They actually showed for a moment there, you could see the officer that had the flag bundled up under his arm. That's when they actually stopped the protesters from burning that flag. Now, they didn't prevent all of them from being burned. They did successfully burn flags, but they were in the middle of pulling down this really big American flag, and they were obviously going to burn it. And a team of officers went over there and stopped them from doing it, removed the flag, and went and put it somewhere safe. Now, these assholes went and hung a Palestine flag, and it wasn't for East Palestine, Ohio. That's what they should be worrying about, but you know, some bullshit in the Middle East over there crying about that. But then we got this next video coming up. All this stuff is related, so we're gonna just run this all back to back, and then we'll hop in the chat. But first, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, that's me in high school. That's me at 15. that's what I did. I did my schoolwork, and then I slept in the back of the classroom on the floor like a dead body. I was asleep. A classmate of mine took this picture of me. That's me in high school. For real. 100%. I don't think I had bandanas around my ankles, but I think I did have one around my neck. I always had bandanas on me and stuff like that because I wanted conflict. I was always wearing blue and looking for conflict. I don't feel like that now. A couple trips to jail and losing some loved ones and lots of other things, you realize that's not the path you want to walk on. And I make better choices now. I'll never be like that again. But man, I was a little shithead back then. And I just wanted to show you guys that. So anyways, we're going to move forward here. That's enough from memory lane. Let me see. What is this next one? This next one is GOP lawmakers replace U.S. flag at D.C.'s Union Station destroyed by pro-Hamas demonstrators. Now, they refer to them as anti-Israel, but they're fucking pro-Hamas. And apparently pro-ISIS too, if they got both flags, you know, at the shit. I don't even know how they can do that stuff. Like, I don't understand how that's not a claim to terrorism. Like, we covered a video of a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old or something who was being tricked by federal agents. They put out like a fake invite to join ISIS, and he participated and was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, you got to prove yourself. You got to go and make a plan to do bad stuff and gather resources to carry out the bad thing you're planning, and then let us know, and then you'll do it for our honor and blah, 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 blah. And he went and did everything, and then they were like, okay, well, now you're going to prison because this is all a staged thing, which I don't know how that's not entrapment. But either way, they got him for connection to terrorism because he was trying to participate with ISIS. How are these guys any different? They're out there waving the flags, dressed up, saying that they're pro-Hamas, saying death to America. They got to go blow a building up for you to arrest them, or can we just do this now? Like, I don't get it. If it's walking like a duck, talking like a duck, and you're scared of ducks, we should investigate this, you know? But anyways, so we're going to get right into this. This is, it starts off with an interview with Mike Johnson, who says all the right things because he's fake as fuck. And then they show you replacing the flags. So let's go ahead and get this started. Once again, this is titled GOP Lawmakers Replace U.S. Flag at D.C.'s Union Station that was destroyed by pro-Hamas demonstrators. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
They flew Palestinian flags on these poles today. It was outrageous. They were pulled down, thankfully. But the American flags have not been put back up. The people we represent want these flags to be flown here. We believe in this country. It is the greatest nation in the history of the world. It's the strongest, most powerful, most benevolent, most free nation that has ever been. We should stand for that and stand with our allies and stand for freedom. That's what this flag represents.
Well, it's about time they actually did something. Because they normally don't. Normally they don't. The police and everybody, they let these protesters do whatever they want. They don't interfere with them hurting people or burning flags, pulling people out of their vehicle at gunpoint. They don't have a problem with it normally. But all of a sudden, they went over there and they protected the flag. Then they took it somewhere safe. And then after the protesters left and probably got their fill, turn around and put the American flags back up. Just that by itself is more. That's the most I've seen police officers do in the entire time I've been live streaming. They don't do shit. Not when it comes to those protesters. If you're wearing a MAGA hat and you're out there with an American flag, oh, they got a lot to say. Your ass better be on the sidewalk. You got to have a permit in order to protest and all this other goofy shit, which no one does. No one gets permits. You don't need a permit for your right to protest. It's dumb. But we've covered patriots being arrested for not having permits to protest, being forced on the sidewalks, being threatened and shit like that. You don't see the BLMers getting that treatment. You don't see these pro-Hamas bastards out here doing that. No. And their shit doesn't make any sense. They're like pro-ISIS and talking about gays for Gaza and whatever, where they couldn't even exist over there. Like, it doesn't make any... It's ice cubes rooting for hell. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, let me see what we got next, because I want to make sure we get this all put together. Yes, so that's what we have for the protest stuff yesterday. So we're going to read through the chat really quick. But next up we have... Let me move this, because my note is incorrect. Next up, we're going to be covering Caroline, she's part of the Trump team. And it's titled, Kamala Harris is Dangerously Liberal, a Radical Leftist. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about those bastard protesters. Guess that's you in high school? That's badass. Heck yeah, you're awesome. Mandela, I like gray and bald. Real women do. That's what I've heard. Cassandra, you look like a rebellious teenager. That's what I was thinking too. Hair juicer, mine just went thin and gray. It happens to the best of us. Hair juicer, I think I'll shave my head for the wedding. It's up to you. I think your hair looks fine when you're on the, on the voice chat and stuff. You look presentable to me. Wash your face every now and then, That's all you gotta do. That's all I do. Shit. Cassandra, all these pro-Palestine protesters really should be sent to Palestine to live there. Not sure why they're here if they hate America so much. That's right, Cassandra. It's right. They're free enough to go to that country. They should just do that. It'd be a lot easier than trying to convert the whole country, convert America into being something else. They could get their way, we could keep our way, and everyone could be happy until they find out that they can't be gay in Gaza. And then they'll have some issues, but that will be their problem. Just reading through. Guess insurrection. Yeah, there was protesters in the Capitol. I don't know what they're doing. Sitting on the floor. They were sitting on the floor and they were being arrested for it or whatever. But this is like the 4th or 5th time that's happened. And they're doing more than the J6ers were. The J6ers were just walking around. But these people, they're actually like on fire. They get in there and they get all mad and shit and whatever. And they've removed everything out of that area, so they don't have anything to destroy. But they go in there by brute force and whatever. And they don't call them J6ers. They don't arrest them. They don't, they don't make it a big deal. Reading through, and we'll get on to this next one. Sam, I was a hooligan in high school. I don't know what I was. I was a dirty little asshole. And I fought a lot. That's the thing. Like, that's what gets me. Is like, I just showed you guys what I looked like in high school. And it wasn't like I was walking around being a tough guy. I was fist fighting in classrooms. I was fighting teachers. I've almost stabbed 2 teachers. So it's not like I was being a little asshole and somebody needed to tune me up. People were trying to tune me up and failing. And that's why I say the shit I say when we see these protesters and these people being soft and stupid, is because when I was young and acting that way, people wanted to do something about it. Now they couldn't, because I was just too damn clever and they couldn't handle these hands. But nowadays, there's still little assholes out there, but nobody wants to do anything about it. And so they're out there being soft and fucking stupid. And the thing is if you're going to act like an asshole, you better know how to use your hands. Because people don't like dealing with assholes. And there's nobody doing that part. Nobody's playing that part. So you got these soft and stupid people in their fucking flip-flops with their wiener turned inside out, walking around acting like a tough guy. How come nobody's tuning these people up, straightening them out? Like, that's what I don't get. When I was young, people were like, hey, you're not acting right. I'm going to do something about it. And then we'd get together and pick their teeth up off the concrete, and I'd just continue being an asshole and until the next guy wanted to stop me. I had to stop myself, and I did. And I'm proud to have self-control, and that's why I preach it so much, because self-control is a superpower. It will fix your whole life if you can control yourself. But I see these little assholes out here. There's nobody teaching them that. They think they can do whatever they want while being soft and stupid at the same time. That's messed up. That's messed up. Their parents should have been whooping their ass. The police should be arresting them. They should be getting convicted when they go to court, instead of released back out into the wild with us to act like assholes. You can't do anything to them because it's illegal, and they'll call the police on you. Like Antifa, they hide behind police officers and shit while throwing piss bottles. Like, somebody should do something about that, but people don't want to anymore. They don't want to. When I was young, everybody wanted to try and put their hands on me, but now we got these soft and stupid gay people out here, and nobody's doing anything about it. And it's like, okay, well, when they come burn your house down, don't say shit, because, nobody wants to lift a finger towards this. But anyways. Mandela, I pretty much look the same, except I'm chubby. There ain't nothing wrong with being happy. Mr. Beansy Beans. One time my friend and I colored my beard with Just for Men, and it looked so charcoal, it's like I was sucking off a chimney. That is hilarious, Mr. Beansy Beans. I've always wondered what it's like to like dye your facial hair. I don't hardly have any. It wouldn't be worth dyeing, but I've always wondered about that. That is funny. What's up, Live Review? Happy freedom to you. D-Cat, yeah, D-Cat. That was a straight out gangster street thug in high school. I must have gotten suspended so many times, I just finally went to adult ed. Yeah, D-Cat, that's what I did too. I came in to be the super senior, like my third time being a senior, and the principal stopped me on the first day, and he's like, I can't believe you're back here. And I was like, well, you guys won't let me fucking graduate. And he's like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 19. And he's like, you got to figure something else out. You can't be here. He's like, you're too violent. You start fighting with other people, we're going to have legal issues. Because I might, knock a 17-year-old out or some shit. And so they were like, nah, you got to go somewhere else. And I ended up getting into adult ed. And I got my GED. Or, no, I got my diploma, not a GED. So I have an actual high school diploma, which doesn't matter because I have a degree now from Full Sail. So I don't really worry about diplomas. But, man, I had to learn some lessons. And I learned the hard way. Big time, the hard way. I got my ass kicked all the fucking time, and it wasn't until I started going to jail that I was like, you know what, this ain't worth it. I've paid like $60,000 in fines and shit for breaking faces and whatnot. It's not worth it. It's dumb. It's dumb. So dumb. And I had to learn the hard way. I'm lucky that God saved me, allowed me to be here today, because most people that act the way I was acting, they're dead right now. And I know that because all my friends are dead. All the people I was friends with back then, they're dead now. It's only WMM. He's the only friend I have that's still alive from when I was in high school. And I went to 3 different high schools. And everyone I was friends with, they're dead right now. From gang violence, drug addiction, alcoholism, or they died in prison. And I was lucky to make it out. And that's why I preach about, like, you got to make the right choices. You got to make the right choices. I'm lucky to be here. It's by God's grace that I'm here. Like, all that stuff I'm saying, it's not because it's cool. It's because I'm lucky to be here. It wasn't cool to be a shithead. Somebody should have gave me brain damage hitting me so hard. But I was lucky that that didn't happen. And now I'm here trying to do the right thing. Deep, what is it? Deep Gully. Did you see the bruises on Biden's left chin? I didn't. I thought his chin looked all kinds of weird. But I didn't see any bruises, though. Shepherd. I like my gray. I earned that shit. That's right. That's right. Getting old is an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment. So is everything that comes with it. What's up, Silent Shadow? Happy freedom. You guys are drinking already? I got shit I gotta do later. Yes, I gotta run to Walmart and I need to go to the post office. Sam, I have Dane Bramage. Yeah, I'm about there, but mine's self-inflicted, I think. Hair juicer, I stick metal together and people pay me. You're such a badass hair juicer. That's such a I can't even think of the word I'm trying to say. That is so underwhelming compared to what you actually do. Seeing those giant fucking machines that you weld on is crazy. It's crazy sauce. Stick metal together and people pay me. That is oversimplified, but I love that. So we're gonna get into this next video. This is Caroline from the Trump team. It's titled "Kamala Harris is dangerously liberal and a radical leftist." Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get into this. This is the Trump team. Now, I'm not sure exactly what her position is. Maybe they will say it at the beginning here, but she seems to be popping up a lot. She is Caroline Levitt, I think is how her name is pronounced, but either way, she seems to be popping up, and she speaks for the Trump team, so I guess we're gonna have to learn her name. Let's get this started.
Joe Biden just moments ago gave an Oval Office address where he offered no explanation for why he dropped out of the race. His former opponent, Donald Trump, was pictured watching from Air Force One. There he is. Here now, Trump campaign press secretary Caroline Levitt. Caroline, what did the former president say about Biden's farewell address?
Well, we certainly know why Biden gave his farewell address to the nation tonight, and it's because President Trump delivered the ultimate knockout to Joe Biden on the debate stage last month. If President Trump hadn't had such a dominant debate performance over Crooked Joe, then Kamala Harris and the entire Democrat Party would still be lying to us about Biden's cognitive decline, trying to shuffle him over the finish line in November. But thanks to President Trump, the Democrats have been exposed for who they are, a bunch of liars who are the real threats to democracy. And now the Democrat Party elite have tossed aside 14 million ballots to install Kamala Harris, who is just as weak and incompetent as Joe Biden, yet she's worse because she is dangerously liberal. She's a radical leftist. And if you want to know how dangerous she is, look at what happened just moments before Biden made this farewell address to the nation. We intercepted 2 Russian fighter jets and 2 Chinese bombers off the coast of Alaska. Our adversaries know Biden is on his way out, and they are laughing at the chance to take advantage of lying Kamala. The only way we stop this mess is to re-elect President Trump. The American people know it, and that's why he's leading not just Joe Biden, but of course Kamala Harris too in nearly every single poll right now.
The enemies are going to test this country until November, because right now we're a pretty weak country with what we have in the leadership position. They used to lie for Joe, and now they're going to lie for her. They're saying she's not DEI. They're saying she's not liberal. They're actually scrubbing their articles where they say all this. And now they're saying she was never the border czar. She was never the border czar? Joe Biden said you're the border czar. She said she's the border czar.
And the outlets that are saying she wasn't the border czar reported themselves that she actually was the border czar. They're actually going back and scrubbing their own articles. They are throwing their own journalists under the bus. This is what we see in communist China and in North Korea. It is Orwellian. But yes, we are going to see the mainstream media do the bidding of Kamala Harris. They are desperate for the Democrats to cling to power because they know that President Trump is not going to tolerate fake news when he's back in the White House. He's not going to tolerate a wide open border and illegal immigration invasion with terrorists and criminals all over this country, which Kamala Harris has directly overseen. She is going to try and run from Joe Biden's policies, but she can't because she has enabled Joe Biden in every single one of his disastrous policies. And if she's given power for another 4 years, she'll take it a step further. She wants to decriminalize illegal immigration. She wants to abolish ICE, an agency that we need now more than ever. Again, the only way we're going to secure the border and bring law and order back to this country is by electing one man, and his name is Donald Trump. The media is going to try and say that we're picking on Kamala for her race and her gender. That's a bunch of nonsense. Kamala Harris is the most incompetent, worst, unpopular vice president in American history, and she needs to be held accountable just as Joe Biden did for his disastrous policies.
You're allowed to pick on politicians. Politicians aren't off limits, and it has nothing to do with her race or gender, Caroline. Look at her record. Look at the words that come out of her mouth. We're just looking at what we're seeing right now. She says she wants to get rid of private health insurance. She says she wants to spend $2 trillion more next year while we're in inflation. This is crazy. She's to the left of Bernie. This is crazy. But let's not pick on her. That would not be mean. Dr. Jill Biden, by the way, has spoken, and she just put out this statement. Listen to this. Thank you for the trust you put in Joe. Now, it's time to put that trust in Kamala.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to...
Yes. Well, not only do we have that video there to kind of point us in the right direction, but thanks to Wayward Sons, he tagged me in a video, or they tagged me. I assume it's a he, but I shouldn't assume things. Anyways, they tagged me in a video that is showing exactly what they're talking about. So we don't have to take their word for it. We actually have the video. So let me pull this up really quick. I like Jesse Waters. I think he does pretty good. And we got to get, I mean, some of you guys might be more familiar with Caroline or Carolyn names. Either way, I'm trying to get more familiar with her. Not like that, hooligans. But if we're going to hear her speaking for Team Trump, I'd like to know who she is a little bit better, what her job position is, what is she responsible for, what did she do before this job, and was she good at it? So those are going to be some questions I'm going to try and answer, or not answer, I'm going to find answers for, and then up till the election, I guess, because this is like the 4th or 5th time we've covered her. But anyways, this is what they were talking about. This is a short video that is showing CNN as well as other Blue Team News saying she's the border czar. And then 2024, she's not the border czar. Those are Republican lies. That's what they're trying to say. So this is the lie and fake news on Kamala being the border czar. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
Quote unquote border czar. Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People gonna have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
There has been so much criticism against Kamala Harris. You know, she was the border czar.
Calling her sort of the border czar, which wasn't necessarily the case.
So the border, if they weren't planning to address it in a major way, do not make her your border czar. She met with some of the Northern Triangle countries, but nothing has effectively changed.
So yeah, we brought receipts today. And I will have all these links in the description as always. All my lives have that. Sometimes I don't do it right away, but it'll definitely be in the description before the next live starts. So if you would like to grab that video and push that out to all the Blue Team people that you can't stand in your life, maybe it'll red pill them a little bit. Or maybe it'll make them mad and you won't have to hear from them for the next 24 hours. But I'll have that link in the description. Tim Man, happy freedom to you. Appreciate you joining us. Breeze by you, they lie to you. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Anybody voting Blue Team, how do we convince them that they're being lied to? Because like just watching them get lied to is like, damn, I'm trying to pull your dumb ass out of the water. You won't let me. You're just sitting there drowning in the lies. Stupid. So stupid. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick. But next up, oh, and shout out to Wayward. Thank you for tagging me in that video. Next up, we have Elon Musk denies report that he would be donating $45 million hairs a month to the Trump campaign. Apparently it's a lie. And I think that's pretty crazy because President Trump, I think, brought that up in Grand Rapids. He said something about Elon because Motor City and all that stuff, and he was like, I'm not hating on electric cars, I'm friends with Elon. And then he was like, the guy's giving me millions of dollars and this, that, and the other. Well, in this video, Elon's like, no, that's a lie. That's not what I'm doing. That's a made-up story by the Wall Street Journal, I think he references in that video. But either way, that's what's coming up next. But we're going to read through the chat first. And before we do that, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using the Rumble app, you're unable to see the big red subscribe button. So go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to all of our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely join the membership program over on Rumble. And just a side note, you can only join the membership program on Rumble while we're live. When we're not live, there's a join button, but that button takes you to locals. And you'll be joining the membership program on locals, which is fine. You're still supporting what we do here, but it's not going to give you the benefits in the chat on Rumble. You have to join the membership program on Rumble in order to get access to those custom emojis. So anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and we'll get on to Elon Musk saying that he was going to be sending that money to the Trump campaign. Let me see. Live review: the best hooligans are titty free at jeffmaclive.com. Hell yeah. Live review, you're awesome. I appreciate you. Ooh, come on, chapstick, throwing it across the house. Breeze by you. I thought I saw Elon tweet about it too. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought so. I thought so too, Breeze by you. I thought Elon posted saying that he was going to be donating money. So he doesn't say, no, I'm not sending him money. I shouldn't even go this far. The video is only 17 seconds, but he denies it in a way that they're like, did you say you will do this? And detailed what this is. And he's like, I never said I was going to do that. And so maybe he is still sending money. Maybe the number's wrong. I'm not sure. I didn't take the time to go and dig up Elon's tweet. Well, looking at his profile would be a nightmare to try and find that shit because he posts so much every day. But I was going to go through my own timeline to see if I could find the post because I was kind of thinking the same thing. But I'm not really sure now. Oh, I hear you, 10 Man. Hopefully they get it worked out for you. Matthew, they're changing and deleting all kinds of articles about her. Yep. Because they're a bunch of liars. That's why I wish the normies could see that stuff. I wish they could. Because when you tell them, like, hey, you're being lied to, now they're defensive and their ears are turned off. And it's like, I wish that you could get through to them enough to just be like, watch this video. You know, like, or just look at this article and look at this article. And see the contrast. Like, blue team is always lying about shit. I feel like red team just says a lot of the same stuff, so they don't have to lie. They're just kind of repeating the same thing. Because blue team doesn't change. They just continue to break everything down while labeling it nice and pretty. You know, like deleting babies. They call it healthcare. Are you for women's healthcare? Well, of course I am. Good. Let's delete these babies. And you're like, hold on, that's not what I signed up for. And they're like, yeah, it is actually. Because they're little flowered up labels. They're a bunch of liars. Those people on Capitol Hill, the blue team, Capitol Hill runners, those people are fucking liars. They are evil. And blue team voters are just dumb. They're just dummies. They're pedophiles and sex offenders and people who hate women. And they're stupid on top of it. So they're easy to be manipulated. They're dumb. That's why they could all vote for who they want to be the nominee of Democrats. And then have the Democrats themselves go, psych, and put someone else in the chair. Like, just fuck blue team voters. They're right to their face. And blue team's like, okay, we'll just vote for Harris now. And it's like, you guys are so stupid. You were supposed to pick who was going to be the top of the blue ticket. And they picked for you. And you're excited to vote for her. Like, stupid. You're that damn stupid. It's like pull their boot off and then go, I'll give you this for $200. And they go, well, I guess I got $200. And give you $200 for their boot you just took off of them. That's how stupid they are. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how I've like walked a terrible path my whole life and I didn't end up that fucking stupid. I don't understand. Hair juicer, she kept people in prison to make them fight wildfires for $1 a day, and she was damn good at it. That's crazy, hair juicer. They were making the inmates fight fires? I haven't heard that yet. Snugs, Camilla was a very honored ladyboy in Taiwan once. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I bet all the little lady boys on the strip, they were like, man, I hope I could be as pretty as her one day. Just all dragged out. Live review. Did anyone actually watch Biden's speech? Haven't seen any gaffes floating around yet. We covered it yesterday, but it's hard to make fun of somebody who didn't do anything. He got up there and he was just like, yeah, we need to be united. And we got to be united. So we got to be united. I've done great things, I swear. We need to be united. And then they ended. That was it. Like he didn't say anything. And he didn't stutter. And he didn't clear his throat. You know, they say that's his stutter, his tick. When he goes, ugh, like clears his throat when he's talking. He didn't do any of that. He was extra tan for somebody who was just dying of COVID for a week. There's a lot of things that don't make sense about that video. It was a mess. And now that you know that, you'll probably see the breadcrumbs now. Because you're looking for gaffes and memes and stuff. But people didn't think that when they saw it. They thought, this is weird. And now the conspiracy theories are out. They didn't come out with the memes yet. They got to figure out what's going on with the conspiracy first. Then the memes will come. And now you'll probably be able to see the breadcrumbs now that, you got the perspective. It was weird, though. It was really weird. Cassandra, I'm not going to read that one out loud. But I did go look at the picture that you were talking about just in case. If you guys aren't on the website, you're missing out. Spaced Ghost. We should go back to the 70s and 80s and put all these burls and goys in a playground and get to whooping ass. Yeah, kids just need to be straightened out. They need to be straightened out. If you don't straighten your kids out, you don't discipline them, they grow up to be Antifa, or drag queens or whatever. And it's like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Too old to care. Did you hear what Vance said about women in high position jobs? No, too old to care. I didn't hear that. I haven't heard JD Vance speak very much lately. I know he just spoke at, maybe it was a high school in Ohio or something, but we didn't cover it. We covered people being interviewed in line outside, but I didn't actually see what he said. Kevin, Jasper, Alberta in Canada is gone. Forest fire burned it to the ground. That's crazy, Kevin. It's so crazy. Melissa AI Giant Joe was so fake, they don't even hide it anymore. Yeah, I totally don't think that was old man Walter. Trump girl, Camilla isn't black. Yeah, they'll make her whatever color they need her to be in the moment. That's how they get down on Capitol Hill. Pumpkin, Dems are idiots if they vote for Camilla. Yeah, nobody, I don't know why anybody would vote for her. What is she promising that's so great? Deleting babies? That seems to be the golden thread on Blue Team. It's like you can talk them out of anything except for deleting babies. That's their lifeline. They're holding on to that for dear life, which is really ironic when you think about the subject matter. But you can convince them of anything. You show these videos and you're like, these are what border crossers are doing to people that look like you. Do you want this? And they're like, well, no. So we should close the border. They're like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, okay. And you can convince them on all this stuff, but then you're like, all right, so we agree. And they're like, yeah, but wait. What about deleting babies? And you're like, well, yeah, for rape, incest, or the life of the mother, like President Trump says. I believe the same thing President Trump says. Not because he said it, but because I was saying it before he said that shit. I believe it. He believes it. We believe the same thing. And you get to that point and they're like, nah, I need to be able to delete a baby whenever I need to. And they come up with crazy reasons. They're like, what if it's raining and a bird swoops down and touches a man wiener hard enough and catches a little semen and then drops it off on the lady and you catch it in your eyeball, but then it swims down to your hoo-ha and you accidentally get pregnant by a stranger, you can't go delete a baby now. You're like, those sound like your problems. wrap yourself in a bubble. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, it's not contraceptive, but they think it is. They think deleting babies is contraceptive. They don't understand. It's like you got 2 holes and other things you can do too. Plus, we have condoms and everything else. And they're like, nah, I just need to be able to delete babies whenever I need to. And it's like, you guys are fucked. You guys are fucked. I got to vote for tyrannical government so I can delete babies. Like, you're a fucking crazy person. That's what I think. Anytime I hear this argument, I'm like, you're a crazy person. Crazy. So many things you could do before deleting a baby, you know? But, nah. What's up, True Crazy? Happy freedom to you. And thank you so much for that $10 donation on Rumble. You're awesome, True Crazy. Thank you. It says, happy long time. Just lurking, not in the chat today. Well, I appreciate you, True Crazy. I hope you're being safe out there and having yourself a little fun. It's the only life we're going to live. Gotta make it fun. Trump girl, my stupid nephew's wife really believes Trump will stop all baby deletions. We're going to end up having to get YouTube out of here because I can't just keep jumping over words and shit like that. I want to say what I'm thinking. Yeah, Trump girl, and that stuff is dumb. It's dumb. They will put words in President Trump's mouth because the blue team told them to. That's what's so crazy. You're like, you're being brainwashed. They're like, no, you're being brainwashed. You're a part of a Trump cult. Like, okay, but you're being lied to. And they're like, no, I'm not. You're believing the lies. And you're like, okay, well then why are you so mad about President Trump? And the number one thing, oh, he wants to do a delete baby ban nationwide. And you're like, okay, well, I got a 10-second video here, and you play it. President Trump saying, you know, rape, incest, life of the mother are reasons. And they're like, he's lying. He's going to just do a ban. What do you mean? He's saying it. He's saying it. You're going to believe what blue team tells you that this man is saying versus what this man is saying to your face. And they're like, yeah. But you don't think you're brainwashed? You don't think you're being lied to? Like, what? You're seeing a cat, you're like, that's a nice dog. You're like, wait a minute, that's a cat. They're like, nah, CNN said. But you're not being lied to? Okay. See you on election day. Like, fuck. Stupid. Patriot dad. I broke up with a woman like that. Yeah. It's hard to coexist with people that, you know, are that damn stupid. People think that there's only one side of being around stupid people. You know, like, that's why they like Joe Biden. He's so old and senile that they can make him do whatever they want him to do. But the problem is once he gets in his way of things, just like all stupid people, when they got their mind set on something, you can't change their mind because convincing requires logic. And stupid people don't understand logic. So yeah, you can control them for the most part because they're stupid. But when they get their mind set on something, you're really in some danger because you can't convince them of shit because they're stupid and now they're walking around on their own. And I don't know. That's how I feel about these stupid blue team voters. So dumb. Cadillacs, yeah, if they're so worried about getting pregnant from rape or something, then they should be on birth control. Best bet. That, and they should be loving their Second Amendment. And that's the other thing that's crazy, is you got these ugly banshees out here who are like, oh yeah, I can't delete babies whenever I want to. And it's like, well, why would you need to? And then they bring up these really tragic stories, right? Oh, what if a man came in and defiled my goodness and blah, blah. Okay, so you have the right to have a firearm. And they're like, no, guns are bad. Well, you could stop yourself, or you could stop yourself. You could stop a dangerous act from happening to you where you have to worry about deleting babies. You could prevent that from happening. Like you're saying, Calix, you could be on birth control, but then you could have your shield with you. You know, you could love your Second Amendment and keep yourself and your family safe. And now their heads are like exploding with hate. They hate hearing that shit. And it's like, yeah, if you actually use your noggin and your constitutional rights, you will be safe from that shit. And if you vote for President Trump, he'll take away most of our current problems we have right now. And you don't have to worry about a baby deletion ban nationwide because that's not true. It's not happening. And as far as I know, he's not going to change the federal law. So all these softies out here crying and pissing and moaning about deleting babies, they need to get involved in legislation and go have their state Hear them out. Go get the signatures or whatever and have the state reflect their beliefs. Because it is much easier to have your state hear you and your wants than it is to try and get the federal government to do anything. You can't get the federal government to do anything. So the Roe vs. Wade thing happening back to the states is a good thing, but the soft and stupid people are too damn dumb to know it. And that's just the reality of it. Get some your body, your child support. Yeah, and that's like something that's really popular right now is just because you have a body inside of your body doesn't make that body your body. And it's true, because they're always like, my body, my choice. And it's like, nah, there's a body inside your body, and that's not your choice. But regardless. Hair juicer, you can't do that. You can't hate yourself for stuff. God loves you. God forgives you. And everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. The good stuff and the bad stuff. Cassandra, it would be nice if we encourage parents to educate more about how to prevent pregnancy. Yeah. You know, and that was the whole reason that people let sex ed into school. Is they were like, yeah, we need sex ed in school, and parents are mad. They were like, no, I don't want you teaching my kids about sex, which is why it's always a controversial thing when it happens in the school, like a local controversial thing. You know, it'll be time for sex ed, and all of a sudden these permission slips go out to parents, and, you know, things happen. People get mad and stuff. But they always bring up us having sex ed in school helps prevent the spread of STDs and young people getting pregnant. But it doesn't seem to do that. It doesn't seem to do that. Now, I don't have actual statistics to say verifiably, you know, does sex education help with young people getting pregnant and stuff? I don't know. When I went to high school, there was tons of pregnant 16-year-old girls and shit like that. There was quite a few. And I know back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, well, no, it'd be more than that now, like 40 years ago, that would be, you know, that teenager would be shunned for being pregnant in school. Nowadays, I bet in 10 years you'll have more pregnant 16-year-olds than not. And I don't think sex ed really changes or affects any of that. It might tell you whether or not you're sticking it in the right hole or what the name of the hole is. But I don't think it really does much more than that. I don't think that it's preventing anything like that, you know? And that's what they try to say about sex ed. But like you're saying, Cassandra, if parents who know their own children would pass this education along, it would matter. It would make a difference. If parents would parent, it would make a difference. Big time. Breeze by you. It is a sick mind that uses deleting babies as birth control. Yeah. Yep, you are right. Just reading through and we'll get on to this next video. Nostalgic. Don't like the rules in your state, then move to another one that is more in line with your lifestyle. Tons have been moving down here to Florida. Yeah, Nostalgic, you're absolutely right. There's options out there. They act like they're fucked. You know what I mean? They did the thing at the Supreme Court, and now the radicals are all pissed. And it's like, you could get involved in legislation and make your state reflect your beliefs. You could move to a state that already reflects your beliefs. You know, like you're saying, Nostalgic, it's true. It's true. There's no need to burn shit down. There's no need to get out there and get all mad. And so you just do what you got to do to be happy. But that's the thing they don't understand. Being happy is the goal. That's the destination you're trying to reach. They don't know that, though. They're just like, I'm mad. Let's be violent. I'm mad. And they don't understand that being happy is the goal. So when they solve that problem, which happens, protesters get mad. They do dumb shit. And the cities bow down to them, give them what they want so they'll be happy. These people are not in the market of being happy. They're just mad and they're being violent and people are letting them do it. And when you give them what they want, they'll find something else to be mad at. These pro-Hamas protesters were BLMers 4 years ago. That's what they were. They were BLMers. They are the same fucking people. If you go through their account, you can see it. Scroll down their timeline, you'll see it. You'll see when they change their flags and their profile and all their dumb shit. They were BLMers and now they're somebody else because they got what they wanted when they were BLM. Now they're pro-Hamas and they're out here doing this shit, waiting to get what they want. They're not in the pursuit of happiness. They're just mad. And they will always find things to be mad at until people actually have resistance against this. Now you have the right to protest. There's nothing wrong with protesting. But when you're doing illegal shit and you're being a radical and nobody's doing anything about it, there's no consequences to it, why would it ever stop? Especially if they're getting free shit. They're getting what they want in return. They would, of course they would continue to be radical. Nobody's stopping it, you know? But anyways, who am I? Just some hooligan out here in Michigan. What do I know? What's up, Southern gentlemen? Happy freedom to you. Guess who? Rasmussen? I'm probably not saying that right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Rasmussen today is showing that Trump is 53% to 43% Harris of likely voters in swing state sample. Interesting, guess who? I don't look at the polls a lot because I see a lot of fake stuff. A lot of fake stuff. Kamala Harris, day one. It was like very first day after Old Man Walter dropped out. And they were like, she's got an 11-point lead on Trump. And like, wait a minute, how the fuck did that happen? Overnight? It ain't even been 12 hours yet. What do you mean? You know, and it's so I don't even look at the polls. It's all manipulated stuff. You know, like, I could come on here and say, hey, I did a poll. 60% said they voted for Trump. Right? But then the poll is the 4 people I found in the parking lot to answer my survey. 2 of them, or 3 of them said they were voting for Trump and the one said they were undecided. That's the poll. You know what I mean? Like, you don't ever hear the sources of most of these polls. And like I said before, multiple times, no one's ever asked me for my opinion on shit that's going on in America. So I don't even believe the polls are real. Like, I think that some news agency or some shit's like, hey, what are we going to make the polls say today? Well, I don't know. Throw it down about 63%. That sounds good to me. And he's like, all right. And just types it into the keyboard. That's what I think it is. Like, and maybe I'm just dog ass wrong, but no one's ever asked me shit about what's going on in America. So I don't believe the polls are real. I think it's just a big old comfort blanket for people who are interested in politics. You know, you see these single little actions and you're like, yeah, but what's the grand scheme? And they're like, well, we're going to tell you we got polls out and this is what they're saying. And you're like, oh, thank God Trump's going to win. But it's all manipulated. They're easily manipulated. There's nobody governing that shit. So I don't know. It is encouraging to see that Trump's going to win, but the polls they don't build my confidence really. Drax, do you feel that Michigan is going for Trump? It's hard to say. After what happened in 2020 and the big cities here support Harris, they support anybody that's blue because that's where all the elected officials are. They're in these big cities and they're all corrupt. And I know not everybody believes what happened in 2020, but we have the camera footage of them dropping off ballots at 3 a.m. in Muskegon, an hour away from me. And it's wrong. It's wrong. What happened was wrong. And so I don't know. I know Michiganders want Trump, but the big cities and the way that the electorals go and all that stuff, I don't know if we'll end up red. I know that if you drove around and you didn't know what the news was saying, you would think Michigan was red. It's Trump flags all down the street. That's all you see is Trump flags, Trump signs, Trump hats, Trump shirts. You see more Trump flags than American flags, but you only see those 2 things. You don't see any gay flags, no pro-Hamas flags, none of that shit. You would think we were red over here. But then you go to Muskegon, you go to Grand Rapids, you go to Lansing, you go to Detroit, you go to Kazoo, you go to any of those places that are bigger cities, and they are brainwashed. They're just brainwashed. So it's hard to say. Damn, hair juicer. We need more voting restrictions. I think only landowners with living children should vote. That's pretty interesting, hair juicer. But I worry about how that will end up in the future because we will all be renting in the future. The chance of us owning property becomes less every day because of the way that everything is right now. Like, I can't for the life of me get into a house. I am unable to get into a house. Like, I've been cleared for $125,000, and that's not good enough to get into a house. And I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. And to get like a 1-bedroom, 1-story house is like $500,000, and it's the ceilings are falling in, the roof is worn off of it, the septic is full and overflowing, and the house is unlivable, and $500,000 in the middle of nowhere. And so it's like 10 years from now, we'll all be renting. You know, it's like same thing with people who already own property. They owned it and it's great, but now property tax is so high from inflation and everything else, they can't afford their property taxes. So now their houses are getting foreclosed. Now what are they going to do? Well, now they got to rent. And that's what's happening. And like I've been saying before, we're going to end up in a position where we have empty houses and homeless Americans at the same time. And I know that people are like, what do you mean? We already got that. I'm saying on a large scale where the whole block is empty houses because no one can afford it. And you got homeless people in town. And so these houses will go bad because you got to have people in them. They're just like cars. You can't let them sit. They got to have people using it. Otherwise it'll go, it'll rot. And so we're going to have houses rotting around us that are $1 million houses that are only worth $80,000 in materials. And nobody can afford to live anywhere unless somebody does something about the housing situation. And I don't even know what to do. They need to take our tax dollars and build fucking houses. Because obviously the demand is here. Where's our houses at? And so all I'm seeing where I live is private contractor, people who got money, hiring people to build houses to turn those into duplexes and rentals and shit like that. I'm not seeing anybody building like government housing like, hey, we're taking tax dollars and building houses because every day there's more Americans. We need more houses. So the housing market can come down and we can afford houses, but nobody's doing that. And so I don't know what the right answer is, and I haven't even heard President Trump say anything about it. So I really hope somebody fixes this shit because I'm tired of living in this tiny apartment. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out because we're in this boat together, whether we like it or not. So we'll figure it out. I have full confidence. Mr. Beansy Beans, what really pisses me off about Washington State, especially the western side, I really seriously hope that they vote more red than blue August 6th. I got to send my ballot in for the governor tutorial and senatorial. Oh, I don't even know what that stuff is. And I really hope this time the soft and stupid idiots will vote red. Yeah, Mr. Beansy Beans, I hope so too, because over there on the West Coast, it's got to change. That radicalism needs to go away. Guess Detroit went through that? Yeah. And houses are so cheap in Detroit. I could afford a house in Detroit, but it's in a neighborhood I wouldn't want to raise a giant cat in. It's like that Muskegon too. There's houses for like $5,000 in the Heights. If you want strangers in your house every night, you want to live a block from the prison, and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. No worries, Cadillacs. Make sure you have fun. Hair Juicer, the regulations around building is the biggest issue. If I want to live in a shit shack full of fire hazards, that's my decision. Yeah, Hair Juicer? Yeah, and I mean, I hear you. They got so much red tape on stuff that everyone's hands are tied. Problems are not being solved because of bureaucracy, which is stupid. Thank you so much, Trigger Crazy, for that $10 donation. It says rent money. I appreciate you, Trigger Crazy. Thank you so much. All right, Hooligans, I'm not trying to drag this out. I'm just having fun hanging out with you guys. We'll get into this next one. This is Elon Musk denies report that he will be donating $45 million hairs a month to the Trump campaign. All right, let's get this rolling.
Mr. Musk, are you still going to donate to Trump? Do you still donate $45 million? I'm sorry?
At no point did I say that I was donating $45 million a month to Trump. That was a fiction made up by the Wall Street Journal.
Okay, so he says, at no point did I ever say I was going to be donating $45 million to Trump. That was a lie by the Wall Street Journal. Now, that doesn't say that he's not going to send Trump money or anything like that. Because like we were reading in the chat earlier, I think it was Breeze by You was saying, you know, didn't he tweet that himself? And I thought so too. And so I'm thinking with this statement, and I might be wrong, we got to find the tweet, but I don't think he's saying I'm not sending Trump money. I think he's saying the number's wrong, because I thought the number was 35 million, not 45 million. And then I saw this and I was like, 45 million. I was like, oh, okay, I'm probably wrong. I got a bad memory. Who knows? And then he's like, I never said I was donating 45 million. And so it makes me wonder, is the number wrong, or is he not sending any, like, is he sending no money to President Trump's campaign? You know, so that's kind of the thing. And what will prove this is if we can find the tweet. If we can find the tweet of him saying it happened, J13, look up J13, you know, scroll down his timeline till you get to J13, and you'll see, because President Trump got shot. A couple hours later, Elon said that he's backing Trump, and right in that moment, I swear, he released a tweet saying something about donating money to the campaign. And so we got to find that tweet, and that will clear up this mess here. Because what I think is happening is, I don't think that the donation to Trump on a regular basis is the lie. I think the number is the lie. But this video going viral will make people think that Elon isn't actually financing Trump's campaign to a certain degree, you know, with donations and whatnot. And so I think we're in the middle of a lie being formed, because people see this video and they're like, oh, Elon's not sending money to Trump, because that's what it looks like. But I don't think that's the case. I think the number's wrong, not the money part. And so some misleading is happening. You know, they're fabricating a lie right now. And so we got to find the tweet to verify what's what in the situation. Now, before we get into the chat, because I am running out of time, like I said, I got to run to the post office. This next video is titled, Newsom Issues Executive Order to Remove Homeless Encampments in California. This is, I don't even know what to say about this. This is a really short one. So we're going to get through this, and then we will read through the chat really quick. Once again, this is Newsom Issues Executive Order to Remove Homeless Encampments in California.
Breaking news.
And good morning, I'm John Gregory. We do have breaking news. Governor Gavin Newsom has issued an executive order for the removal of homeless encampments across the state of California. Newsom's order directs state agencies on how to remove the thousands of tents and makeshift shelters across the state that line freeways and clutter shopping center parking lots and fill city parks. The order makes clear that the decision to remove the encampments remains in the hands of local authorities. This comes after a decision by the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this summer allowing cities to enforce bans on sleeping outside in public spaces.
Why now? Why now? If he could have wrote an executive order to fix the homeless problem, why now? Why not do it years ago? You know, when they decided to spend tax dollars on homeless programs and shit like that. I mean, it was just a couple months ago we were covering a story where people can go to these homeless shelters and get a shot of vodka if they have an alcohol problem, just so they don't go through withdrawals. And now, executive order to stop homelessness. Weird. It's pretty weird. The last time they cleaned up the homelessness, Xi came to town. The Chinese prime minister person. Something weird's going on. Mandela, you think it's because it's election time? It could be. But this is a sign. Like blue voters, they need to look at this and go, what's going on? If you could have fixed this problem with an EO, why did it take so long? Now, of course, the blue team's not going to look into that. Blue voters, that's what I'm talking about. Blue voters. They're not going to look into it. They're just going to accept it. They're going to go, oh, thanks, Newsom, you're great. I'll make sure to vote for you next time. Like, you know, that's... something weird's going on. Something weird is going on. Next up, we have our feel-good video of the day. And then we have our funny video of the day after that. First, we're going to read through the chat. Before we do, I want to remind you guys, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the Linktree link in the description, or maybe Snooks will post it in the chat for you guys. But using the Linktree link, you can make donations using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, and you can even send crypto. We're going to read through the chat really quick, and we'll get on to our funny video, or our feel-good video of the day. It's titled, Learn to Love. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. See what you hooligans think about those two videos we just covered. Snooks, over a week ago, it was reported on Fox News YouTube that Wall Street said Elon would do that, so it could be Wall Street's BS. I mean, it could be. I'm trying to find the tweet, but I'm also running out of time here, so it's a lot going on. But I'm trying to find Elon talking about the tweet. I don't know what the hell this is, but this is cool. Hold on, let me pull this up. So badass. Look at that. It's awesome. I don't know what that is, but I was trying to find the tweet from Elon. I don't know though. It's so messy right now because that video I just showed you guys with him denying it is going viral right now. And so, like, you know, they're calling people liars, calling Trump a liar because Trump said it at the rally. They're like, oh, well, Trump is lying, saying that Elon was giving him money. You know, so I want to try and figure this out because I'm pretty sure that Elon did tweet about it and that the number is inaccurate, not the fact that he's making donations to President Trump. But we'll get to the bottom of it. We're going to read through a little bit and we'll get on to our feel-good video of the day. I got about 14 minutes. I got to get out of here and I don't know how I'm going to make that work, but I'm going to try. Matthew, pandering for votes. Yeah, that's what I think it is too, Matthew. I think he's just trying to fix things now that it's time to be making choices and then, you know, try and make himself look good. I'm trying to think what Whitmer did. I want to say Whitmer did something here too that was really similar to that. It was like right before midterm elections, she made some sort of change that was going to, you know, it was like an obvious good thing for everyone. And I don't remember what it was. It was something small because that's all she does. But it was to try and pander to voters. To be like, oh yeah, vote for me. Remember these good things I did for you. Like, you mean when you locked us down and we're going to charge us $1,200 fines to leave the house? Those great things? Like, no, I'm not voting for you, dusty bitch. Mandela, people in southern New Jersey buy shit houses and rent rooms for $1,000 each. I might buy a trap house, just saying. You guys are talking me into it, Mandela, because I'm saying I could probably buy a block worth of houses in Muskegon Heights. And I don't know who I could trick into living there. I mean, they're nice houses too. Somebody with a lot of money went to Muskegon Heights and bought a bunch of houses and redid all of them. Like, they're all nice looking now and put them up for sale. And nobody will touch it because people know about Muskegon Heights. The only people buying that shit is people from out of town. And they find out real quick. That shit is unruly out in the Heights. Yes, Snooks. Too bad you can't live here in Florida with me. You'd have half a house to live in and my bedroom too, Snooks. I don't think I could survive in Florida. I've been to Florida quite a few times, but I got to keep my ass in the house. I can only do 2 days outside, and I start melting. Thank you so much, High Plains Drifter, for that $5 donation. You're awesome. Thank you so much for the support. It says, what is this? Is this where the cool kids hang on Rumble? That's right. That's right, High Plains Drifter. This and on jeffmaclive.com. It's the place to be. Alistair, because Musk made a statement that X and Tesla are pulling out of California and a lot of other big companies are pulling out too. Yeah, Alistair. Yeah, he's moving to Texas, I think. Alistair, honestly, him endorsing Trump is huge for Trump, opens the door for other big supporters to openly support Trump. I agree. Totally agree. Rip Curl, Newsom is evil. Yes. Rip Curl, I totally agree with that too. Newsom he's a bad person. He is a bad person. He's got the city or the state with the biggest population, makes him live and squander. You know, it's dumb. It's dumb. And a lot of people say that too. You bring up problems in California and they're all like, well, it's a big place. You know, there's a lot of people that live there. That don't mean it's got to run like shit. Like, you guys are so used to living in shit that you accept it and will even argue with me against it. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. Shit, you know, you don't have to live like that, but people get so used to it that they think there's no other way. That's that poor mindset. That's why you see people who are martyrs or whatever. Not the good ones, but the bad ones. The people who are always, it's all bad all the time, always will be, there's no point in hope. Those people where they're just always on the low side, you get around those people and you're happy, it makes them mad. You're successful, it makes them mad. You got friends and family, it makes them mad. You see this on the south side of town. I used to live in the bad side of town growing up, and that's how it was. You want to get an education, you want to get a job, you want to go to college, you want to get a wife and a dog and a kid and a car and a house with a tire swing. Well, you're a piece of shit. And they'll tell you that. They'll cut you down and tell you you're a bad person for wanting those things. And when you grow up in those areas, you believe them. You believe them when they say that. It's your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your dad. Well, it's probably not your dad because your dad ain't around on the south side of town. But it's people in your life that are telling you that it's bad to pursue a better life. And then these same people get on the internet and they're like, oh, look at these people trying to fix California. It'll never be fixed. You trying to change us. Yeah, because it sucks over there. And you think it sucks too. But you just don't want to say it because you're defensive because I'm speaking about it. You know what I mean? And that's that poor mindset. It's everywhere. It's not a skin color thing. It's a south side of town kind of thing. And it's fucking real. This shit is real. They call it crabs in a bucket. But that's what it is. It's that mindset. I'm poor and I'll make sure to keep you poor too. Because you want to strut around thinking you're better than me. And that's their mindset. It's that poor mindset. It's no good. Eeyore? Yes, the Eeyore mindset. Yes. Exactly. It's exactly what it is. DCAT Muskegon Heights was my stomping ground when I was young. It's not that bad. Don't let Jeff fool you. I'm just saying I grew up there. DCAT is really bad now, though. I don't know when the last time you've been there. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad there. Oh, damn. Someone got nailed on Kick. Giggle, is Newsom running? Not yet. He's not running yet. He's the governor, but he ain't running for president. Not yet. We're waiting to see what's going to happen with Harris because she seems like a placeholder. A lot of people think that, so time will tell. Oh, I appreciate you, James. Thank you for being here with us. Janet, I don't see the tweet on Elon's Twitter. Thank you for taking a look. We'll get it figured out. We'll figure out where these lies came from. Yeah, Snooks, I saw it. Thank you for knocking that bot out. Cassandra, the bottom feeder mindset. It's true. It is true. Hair juicer, it doesn't have to be shit. My mom is in LA. She could have an extravagant mansion here. And they work from home too. It's so stupid. Yeah, hair juicer. I don't know why we're like that. Humans are just like that. And it's crazy too, because you'd be sitting there and you're like, this place sucks. Our laws suck. Our problems suck. It sucks around here. And then somebody from Michigan's like, man, we should fix California so it doesn't suck. And they're like, hey, fuck you, buddy. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I'm not saying you suck. You know, I have this problem on YouTube because I can't stand YouTube. But then I get hooligans that are like, you're over here talking shit about us. I ain't talking shit about you. I'm talking shit about the platform. You want to hang on to the platform, that's on you. But I'm talking shit about the platform. I ain't talking about you. Like, this is not a personal attack. I'm just saying it sucks over there, you know. Anyways, let's move on to our feel-good video of the day. Because like I said, I'm running out of time here, but I want to make sure we get this all in. And that's what I told her. So anyways, this is titled Learn to Love. It's our feel-good video of the day. All right, let's get her rolling.
Michael, I'm a quarter short for the bus. Can I have a quarter, bro?
Yeah, of course you can. That's all you need.
Brother, I'm gonna give this back to you.
Whatever you need is for, take it.
The fact that you were gonna help me, man, how much is your rent?
$195.
I got $500.
For real, man.
What's your
message to the world?
Let's have peace and love for everybody.
How you doing, man?
Every day is a day.
I'm gonna be frank. I don't have any money.
No money at all?
I can come by later today though, and I can pick something up.
It's okay. There you go.
Can you give me a cookie right now?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Why not?
I don't want to take away from your bakery, man.
It doesn't make me a lot of reacher, so that's fine.
Thank you so much.
Want a coffee or something?
Sure, I guess. Since you helped me today, can I give you this napkin?
What?
$1,000 for you, man.
Well, why?
Because you were kind to me.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
Love you, brother.
Thank you so much.
What's your message to the world?
Learn to love.
What's your name?
Yes, learn to love. That's what we gotta do. We gotta celebrate each other. So that was our feel-good video of the day. And we're gonna move right into our funny video of the day. And it's titled, Better Keep Those Treats in Supply or Else. It's coming up. Let me get this put together real quick. All right. Once again, this is Better Keep Those Treats in Supply or Else. So if you can't read the caption, it says the chances of your cat killing you is low, but it's never zero. Look at that cat face. Yes. Well, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm gonna drop this Linktree link for you. Let's get these beats back on. I gotta be quick here because I'm running out of time. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Trigger Crazy, for that $5 donation. I appreciate you, Trigger Crazy. Thank you so much for all your support. It says, any hooligans on Montana? Is there any hotels available? We'll see what we can find, Trigger Crazy. Alright, dropping this Linktree link to all of you guys where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's where all the hooligans are hanging out, keeping the conversation going, and we have a news board to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. Plus, it is the best way to be notified every time we go live. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Get yourself a membership, and that way you can watch the live. It is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can customize how your chat bubbles look. You can post memes and GIFs and links and custom emojis right there in the chat while watching the live. Then we have Hooligans Alley, which is kind of like Twitter or Facebook, but there's no communism, no crazy community guidelines, no crying liberals or bots or any stupid shit like that. It's the way social media is supposed to be. Then we have forums that is very much like Reddit, and so you can have open discussions and things like that. And then we have our advanced messaging system that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, and group video calling, and more. I'm constantly working on the website, making it the place we deserve. It is the home of the hooligans, so definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to read through the chat really quick, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we will be wrapping this up. We will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Coffee with Hooligans, and we'll be over on the website, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, to do our voice chat. That is a lot of fun. We be laughing our asses off over there, so definitely go get you a membership so you can join us for the voice chat tomorrow afternoon. We're going to read through really quick, and we're wrapping her up. Thank you, Breeze Bayou. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Mandela. Matt, always plotting your death. I know. Cat Daniels, he wakes me up at like 10 o'clock every day, standing on my chest. He just comes and walks on me, and he stands all proud and tall. He's like, meow, meow. Like it's a presidential briefing or some shit. I'm like, oh, it's that time? He's like, meow. I'm like, all right, let's do the thing. Gotta get up and get him his snacks. Give him some breakfast. That's how it goes. Or else. Or else. Cassandra, what a nice thing to do for random people. I agree. There's a lot of people that hate on that kind of stuff because, you know, obviously that person is making content out of their good deeds, and It's a very controversial thing, but I don't know how you could watch that video and not feel good about people, after watching it. Even if it is, that person's doing it just to make content. We need people to love each other. We need people to celebrate each other. We're always going to disagree on things, but nobody seems to be influencing people to find the things that we do agree about. Like everybody loves chicken. Well, I don't know why we talk about shit going on in the Middle East or deleting babies. Let's talk about chicken. People love chicken, or barbecue sauce or boobies. Like, we got to find reasons to celebrate each other, not be divided, and I think we can do it. 10 Man, you got a purty mouth. You crack me up, 10 Man. Amarine, it's because he loves you. Yeah, or else. If I don't get up and make him food, he'll just start eating my face or something. I don't know. I've heard horror stories. Sure crazy. I have no choice but to flee Alberta. Anyone in Montana, we're burning here. Yeah, sure crazy. That's rough. Kevin was just saying something about that. I didn't realize it was that bad. Fanatical chickens are KFC protesters. They didn't make it. They didn't make it. Diogenes. I know I'm not saying your name right. I think all the motels are full in Great Falls, Montana. Thank you for letting us know. Garrett. Joe's speech wasn't live last night. Pinball posted on his community tab that his watch that night said 6:08. That's what I was wondering, Garrett. We have images of the watch, but it's so blurry I couldn't tell what time it was. Thank you for getting to the bottom of that, Garrett. Janet, and it was saying that he would donate $45 million to Super PAC. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking into the Elon tweet. Janet, I used to live in Florida. I miss it. I got married, and husband moved me to Alabama. I heard good things about Alabama, though. I mean, I've heard some racist stuff about Alabama, but I've heard the food is really good there. All right, everything looks good. All right, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, did the thing, not muted. We are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And then we will be over on the website on jeffmaclive.com doing our voice chat, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, just having fun. We just get on there, and a lot of times we're doing tech stuff, trying to help people with their mics and whatnot. But we're like sharing memes and telling stories and posting pictures and researching things. And it's a really good time. So definitely go get you a membership. That way you can join us tomorrow for the voice chat, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Because like I said, it is a good time. It's not work. It's not doom and gloom. We always have fun and laugh our asses off. And so if you need to have yourself a good laugh, definitely come join us over on the voice chat tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Get yourself a membership at jeffmaclive.com. I'm going to read through the chat really quick and wrap this up. I got to get going because I got to go to the post office. But it's been a good one. Thank you so much, Alistair, for the $25 donation. Thank you so much, Alistair. You are so awesome. If you hooligans don't know, Alistair's been helping us a ton with the emojis. We have new shirts coming out. He did a lot of work on the Neon Screaming Goat shirt that we have right now that's released. So huge shout out to you, Alistair. You're awesome. You're awesome. It says, don't forget to pray for peace, safety, and justice for Zero. Love y'all. Absolutely, Alistair. Yeah, I didn't want to cover that because I don't know how everyone feels about that. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Alistair. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for being here. Patriot Dad, I didn't do it for clicks, just helping fellow working Americans Not even thanks. I work hard for what I own. Absolutely, Patriot Dad. Eddie Walker, don't have a good day, have a great day. Absolutely, Eddie Walker. You're a badass. Garrett, yeah, that speech was fake as shit. That's why we don't have memes. We just have people wondering what that was. Alright, hooligans. Like I said, we are good to go. I will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And then we have the voice chat at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely go get you a membership for jeffmaclive.com. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.